So this is my chick setup. I've got a Rubbermaid water trough, and then I use not puppy pads. They're actually for seniors. They're bed chucks for bedwetting, and I turn the edges over. They like to pick at the blue edges, and then I put shavings on it, and then they kick the shavings everywhere. They do their foraging behavior, and they really like that. So I put underneath the shavings, I put a pile of something desirable. In this case, it's grit and chicken kibbles. Then we put shavings on top. They say that's very scary, but watch, they go straight for it, and they start kicking it all over, exercising their little legs, having a great time. I put dried chopped alfalfa that's for horses under there. They probably should be a little older to handle the greens, and they have to have grit if you're going to give them something besides the little chicken crumbles or that kind of thing. But they are 12 days old today. And there we have, that's the silver Hamburg, the black and white. The yellow is the buff Orpington. She's taking a good look at us. That little tan colored one is a cream leg bar. The one with the chickmunk head, that's a Sussex. And then with the one with the black head, that's a Barnvelder. So we should get dark brown eggs, blue eggs, and the silver Hamburg should give us some white eggs. But they have a great time. I've had to lift the water and food onto a rock because they kick the shavings everywhere. You can see there's shavings in that little food dish. They don't have the feeder from the top going in that because they kicked out all the if you give them a full amount of food, they'll kick it all out. So I'm giving them just the bottom, but they're having a great time. And then we got them a stick to practice roosting, and this is just a stick that I trimmed from outside. And you can see they like that. At first they were just learning to stand on it, but now they are actually resting their chest on it and roosting. See, there she is. And some of them are learning to walk sideways on it. And they jump on each other. Look how much feathers they have on their wings. Pretty amazing. At any rate, that is the chick situation. And then I have a fire screen that I put over the top of them so they can't pop out of there. There we go. And then hanging on my so this is a I can't get this over here. This is a little thing for hanging fire tools on, but I'm hanging the heat lamp on it. And I'm judging the height of the heat lamp by where they huddle. If they're directly under it, it probably needs to be a little lower. If it's just right, then make a ring around the space where the heat is, and that'll tell you that they're getting enough heat and they can move away from it. If they're all huddled at the other end, then it's too much heat. So I had the heat off while I was cleaning, and now they are all huddled under it, in part because that's where the shavings are and that little pile of chicken grit is, or chicken kibbles. and in part because they cool down just from having the heat off them that long. So that's my setup.